in the real world, it's not actually that early. It's pushing 8 o'clock already, but it's still a bit dark and the sun is just rising over there, over the hills. Crusoe and I are going to leave Mummy, Tara, and Sawyer to have a little bit of a lie-in this morning. And we're going to go and plant some daffodils and some other bulbs ready for the spring. So we've got something to look forward to there. Gosh, isn't it lovely this morning? Red sky at night, shepherd's delight, red sky in the morning. It's going to rain today.
It's our first week back on our farm in Portugal after 3 months away, and it's been equal parts beautiful and challenging. We'll tell you all about that next week, but for now we're going to give you a full tour of our farm, giving context to the area for those of you who've been with us a while, and looking at what progress we've made over the first few months here and what our plans are for the future. Stick around until the end, where there's a sneak peek into a massive project we've just started. It's all super exciting.
We are the Newbys, a family of explorers who've taken root in Northern Portugal and are currently renovating a small abandoned farm into our dream off-grid homestead. I'm Tara, born and raised in Zimbabwe with a love for wild spaces that comes from a childhood growing up on a farm in Africa. This is John, who's had a life on the road, visiting 163 of the world's 193 countries and counting. Wow. And this is our son Crusoe, who loves nothing more than to help his dad on the farm. In his first year of life, he visited 4 continents and 24 countries and is about to become a big brother. We're documenting our entire journey, and each Sunday we release a new episode with exciting new projects and stories. And we would love for you to join us. Hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and turn on those notifications so that you never miss an episode. Thank you for helping our channel grow and for supporting our family's journey. And remember, be brave, think big, explore.
Okay. Right, where did we put those bulbs? Do you remember where we put that bucket with all the bulbs in? I see some bulbs up on the table there, Crusoe. Look, right there. They're the daffodil ones. Okay, let's take those. We picked these up in the UK for £7 for a pack. I don't know how many are there, but it's 3 kilos worth of daffodils, so that's great value. I have got no idea if they're going to grow in Portugal, but it'll be fun to put them in the ground. All right, we are all ready. I've got my spade. Crusoe's got his spade. Are you ready, Crusoe? Yeah. Good. And we're heading down to the lawn area. We're going to plant the bulbs around the edge of the lawn. Okay, so I think we're going to start planting some of the bulbs in this area right here. It's at the far end of the lawn, away from Robinson's Rock, just over there. I think here is probably going to be the right place, somewhere around here anyway. Yes, Crusoe? Bamboo. Yeah, okay. Not on the grass there, buddy. Thank you. Well done. Bamboo, bamboo. No, that's good stuff. That's a nice plant. So we'll keep that one. There's your spade. Are you going to do a bit of digging too, Crusoe? Come on then. Why don't you dig that hole a little bit deeper? Over that side. Put it over that way. Bamboo? Yeah, bamboo's gone almost on this part of the farm. So we put some bulbs in the hole now, Crusoe? Yeah. Okay. You take them out of the bag, pop them in the hole. Yeah. One. Okay, well done, it's the right way up and everything. Oh, you don't dig it after you put it there, you put it in. You leave it there. Spade. That's it. And we need to dig. We need to fill in the hole now. Well done. All right, that was kind of fun morning. I'm not sure exactly how much we got done there, but it was fun. And Crusoe, well, he can say he's planted the farm's first daffodils, which is really, really wonderful. How do you get on, Crusoe? There you go. You see, all that matters.
Before we carry on with the story of our first week on the farm, I wanted to introduce and say a huge thank you to today's sponsor, EcoFlow. Having just spent 3 months in the UK, we are acutely aware of the cost of living crisis that's affecting all of us, which is why a solution like EcoFlow is exciting for us to start our off-grid journey on the farm. But also, we think it could be the perfect solution for all of us this coming winter.
This, my darling, is the EcoFlow Delta Pro, and I love it. Proper boys' toy stuff. What I absolutely love about the EcoFlow Delta Pro is the fact that I can pick it up and move it around anywhere on the farm that I need to. Powers almost all household appliances and charges from 0 to 80% in under 1 hour. And it's not just the box that I can pick up and move around, it's the solar panels too. So behind me are the solar panels, 400 watts. That's more power than we had on any of the vans that we built by quite a margin. These guys fold up into a nice handy package that we can pick up and just carry around. So if on a cloudy day like today, there's sunshine somewhere in the farm, but on other parts of the farm there isn't, I can pick those panels up and the box up and plug them in and go and find that sunshine. And what that basically means for me is power, power, power. So the tech inside this box is an LFP battery, which gives you 6,500 cycles to 50% and 3,500 cycles to 80%. That's complete jargon to me, and I have no idea what it means, and I'm pretty confident you've got no clue either. In reality, what that actually means is it's the bee's knees, and almost certainly one of the best pieces of this kind of kit on the market. This box has a capacity of 3.6 kilowatt hours, more jargon for you, and the maximum output is 4.5 kilowatt hours. Again, that doesn't mean very much to most people, but what it does mean to me and will mean to you is that it will power almost every household appliance without any troubles. We are so excited to be promoting the EcoFlow Delta Pro. It's the beginning of our journey to sustainability and taking our farm completely off-grid. It's all about power, power, power. And it's free. Okay, my darling, let's go and have a look around the farm. But first, I want to test this out just really quickly. This, by the way, everybody, is a 1,000 watt drill. To put it in some kind of context, that's like turning on your microwave oven in the kitchen.
Really?
Yeah, 1,000 watts.
Wow.
Well, some of them are 900 watts, some of them are 800 watts, some are 1,000 watts, some big beasts are 1,100 watts, and this is a 1,010 watt drill. So, just have a look. Push that button.
No way.
Let's do it.
These products are something that have resonated with you and that you think you're going to look into to solve your own energy issues this winter. Please let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. It's something that all of us are facing, and we just love this product. So we would really, really appreciate hearing your thoughts and whether or not it's something that's going to work in your homes. For now though, I think it's high time we go and have a look around the farm and show you everything that's happened in the time that we've been away, because, well, it's looking pretty cool. So the best place to start a tour of our little farm in Northern Portugal is of course in our amazing courtyard. Now when we first got here, this entire area was covered in a thick layer of leaves and mud, and it hadn't been cleaned for years. So we spent decades, in fact. We spent a good couple of days pressure washing it down and uncovered these beautiful stones. And I mean, it's probably our favorite place on the farm, especially in the summer when we get the table back out. This is where we spend almost all of our time. So behind you, now behind me, are our two main buildings. Now these are the two buildings that are currently livable on the farm. This one has got a bedroom and a kitchen on the bottom floor, and this one has got a bedroom and a bathroom on the top floor, and what we are currently converting into a big kitchen living room on the bottom. We might have only been back on this farm for 3 days, but we've already started an enormous building project, and we've knocked down a wall in there, so everything's had to move in there. We've had to move out because we've got no water for the moment, and while all of this is getting fixed, these are pretty much out of bounds. So right now we're not going to go in there because they just look really, really bad. But next week we'll take you in there and show you what we're up to with knocking down that wall. It has already made the most amazing difference, and I cannot wait because John is just loving it. He's letting his imagination run wild. He's going to build us a kitchen. There's all sorts of stuff going on in there, so that's super exciting. But let's go have a look around. Crusoe, are you coming for a walk? Yeah. Come on. Wow. So again, this view was a place that was completely overgrown and you couldn't see it. So when we bought this farm, it had been abandoned for about 12 years. So it's been a lot of work to get it cleared back. But come and have a look down at the bottom terrace and at the lawn, because that is looking super exciting. Okay, so let's head down to our lowest terrace, which we haven't actually been down to all that often. We only really go down there when we've run out of water. Once in the middle of the night, and once kind of when Tanya and Adam were here from Jutson to the Sunset. So I know Joao has basically been down there for 3 months beating back the bamboo and trying his very best to get control of it. I actually personally haven't even been down there yet since we've been back. So I'm excited to go and have a look and see what it's done. No, I haven't.
Oh man, it's a huge difference.
Yeah! So this forms the boundary of the farm, this road. And this is, as I say, our lowest terrace. My hair's falling out. Wow! Look at that!
Yeah, hasn't he been busy yet?
Oh, that is incredible! Yeah!
So the task was to cut back the bamboo, and basically half of this field was bamboo. Now from one end of here to the other, it's about the same size as a football pitch, this particular terrace. And he's done such a remarkable job, he really has.
That is incredible. I have got new plans for the farm in my mind, which I'll take you through as we go, as the weeks kind of progress, because basically we want to take a broad overview of the farm and we want to really design it very, very carefully so that when we're living on it, it's easy to get things. So we're going to have to rethink things ever so slightly, and I'm not really sure what we'll use this for, but if you've got any ideas, please let us know. At the moment, I'm just taking the time to watch, see what the sun does, see where the shade falls, see where the water is. There is quite a lot of water down on this terrace, and I'm sure something will come to light eventually.
We don't know much about the history of this farm, not at all. Little bits and pieces are starting to ebb and flow through the neighbours and people when we start to get to know them and get to meet new people. But what you can tell, and what we do know, is that once upon a time this farm was so well loved. The landscaping has all been pretty much done. We're adding to that now and making it our own home. But this kind of landscaping, this costs a lot of money. You know, people really loved this farm once upon a time.
Right, from the bottom of the farm back up towards the top. Let's go and have a look at what's happened in the orchard and the area around what became our swimming pool with a couch in it. We have got 7 apple trees, 2 orange trees, 2 fig trees, a chestnut tree, an almond tree, 3 plum trees.
Who wants to say it?
Me!
Go on then. And a partridge in a pear tree.
We don't have a pear tree, and those are currently Crusoe's favourites, so that needs to be rectified. So something I'm super excited about is that we have officially started a compost pile. Now, you might tell me that we need compost boxes and all of that. We will get there, but we have started composting, which is really, really cool. The orchard also has had lots of love. We've pruned back a lot of the orchard trees, and Joao has dug trenches at the base of all the trees to collect water, to try and give what are some pretty neglected fruit trees a little bit of love. And fingers crossed, in the next year, we'll get a better crop from them and we'll know what we've got to work with before we start stripping back or adding anything else.
They did fruit this year, but not very well.
Same with the grapevines. In the next month or so, we're going to prune back our grapevines as well. Again, we just wanted to spend this first season understanding what they were doing, how they were. Turns out they're not bad, but they're not great, and they definitely need a bit of love. So Joao and his family, who are experts from across the field, are going to come and help us prune them back. And we will see what that yields next season. In the last episode, you may have noticed Crusoe using the word Sisa. He went up to the top of the farm with John and came back saying Sisa. Sisa means disgusting, not very nice. And I have a horrible feeling, well, I happen to know, he was referring to the swimming pool. So behind me, a whole bunch more bamboo canes, which came from behind the swimming pool area. Joao really has been incredible and worked super hard. So those are going to come in handy when we start vegetable gardens, when we start various projects, outdoor showers, who knows what else we're going to come up with. This area of the farm though, this is going to become our vegetable garden. I have visions of kind of walking through the orchard to get to the vegetable garden to get produce for sort of dinner and breakfast. I also have visions of kind of a vegetable garden but with like a fire pit in the middle and some kind of gathering zone where we can come out and hang out in the evenings.
Okay, just so everybody's got some context, the house is a ways down there. You see the white blob bit in the middle of the screen.
What I really hope is that for all of you who've been watching our channel for a while and have been following the renovation, this is giving you a little bit of context, which I know loads of you have asked for, to understand where everything is in relation to everything else. If you're new here, welcome. Because
it feels, and it is silent here. We just hear wildlife, that's it.
Yeah.
But actually, we've got quite a few neighbours.
We do, and we've got quite a few towns nearby, so, and they're not that far, 15 minutes away. So in our minds we have the best of both worlds. We have the peace and tranquility of the farm, and I love that there's nothing in front of us, so that we can look out at the kind of valley and the mountains in front of us and not see anybody really apart from the people on the other side of the valley. But we're also really close to restaurants, shops, and everything that we could possibly need. Is it Sisa? Oh dear, we better come and have a look.
What's there?
Oh my goodness, that is Sisa.
Who wants to go for a swim? Yeah!
Aww. That is disgusting.
Disgusting.
It's a fall from grace, my love.
Do you know what's so cool about this though? Is that it was such a fun project at a really, really hot time of year, 40 degrees centigrade,
yeah.
And it worked. We proved we've got water in the well, we proved that this could hold water, and we've definitely done that because it's still got water in it. We built a sofa in what was a water storage facility, and we swam in it, which was great fun, wasn't it?
It was. We also proved that we really need a swimming pool to survive Portuguese summers.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why we went to Mapperton to go and learn about their natural swimming pool and how it works, because the plan is that in time we're going to dig our own and make a beautiful natural swimming pool here on the farm.
Yeah, that'll be somewhere down near the football pitch that we've got for Crusoe.
Exactly.
The cool thing about this pool at the moment is it's got a plug. All we got to do is unplug it, pressure wash the sides, fill it back up again, and off we go.
Just behind you over there is our currently dry spring, which is where we get most of our water from, and over here is our well, which is where we're getting our current water from. It's not good water, so we're not using it to shower or drink or do anything in. So we've got work to do on the water, but stay tuned for that because we've got to figure out a solution. We're not really sure what it's going to be, but we've got some ideas. So there's a few things I really love about this part of the farm. One of them is the fact that this whole field is coated in mint, which is magical. But the other thing I love about this farm is that these red roses pop up everywhere. I don't know what was here before and why they are everywhere, and I don't really know much about roses and how they spread. I don't think they do though. I feel like roses need to be propagated, right, and planted.
They do.
So what was here? That meant that somebody planted beautiful red roses behind what we think they only used as a water store.
Me and my two boys are going to take you across to the other side of the farm now. The houses are literally situated pretty much in the middle of the farm. So we've got this side over here that we've just shown you, but on the other side of the houses, follow me, we've got a building up here and a hill as well. This hill we don't feature very much, but it's filled with pine trees, and I'm wondering one day perhaps it's a good place for a tree house. Who knows? I don't know yet. These L-shaped concrete things, they used to have grapevines growing over them. So once upon a time, this whole alleyway, this whole run, this whole walkway here was just covered in grapevines. They were everywhere, in fact. So on the left here, we've got what we started last summer, a few months back, our outside shower. Can't wait to carry on and finish that one, but I think that's going to be a springtime project. We're going to finish it off, we're going to put a bath there. And then we've got our not garage here on the left hand side. This is our courtyard, looking a bit scruffy at the moment. House number 1, house number 2, and the derelict house number 3 right there, and it is properly derelict. Inside there is gnarly. This is the house that we're working on at the moment. More about that next week. We've been knocking down walls and making big changes in there. It's going to be a huge project, and I can't wait to share it all with you. The easiest way to the other part of the farm is just down here. We've got some stairs that lead up the side here onto the top of our own little hill too. If you remember back when we started this project, all of these staircases, all of this here was completely under cover of bush. Here, we didn't know those staircases were here. We did know that this huge stone table was here. This is such a beautiful spot. We have imagined one day having a beautiful building right here with an outside kitchen, and this table, Aslan table if you like, being the center of everything.
Wow!
Yeah! Down below is the lawn where the boys can kick a football around, throw a cricket ball, whatever they like. But we planted that 3 months ago. Well, it'll be 6 months ago nearly now. And now look at it. It looks absolutely fantastic. Let's go down and take a look at it. Who knows where I'm standing? Me! We're on Robinson's Rock, right here. Okay, stepping down off of Robinson's Rock.
Yeah?
The plan will be one day to have a nice, gentle staircase here down to the lawn. I think it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful project. Perhaps next spring, next summer we'll start on it. But we've been following, or we've been watching how we get around the farm and where we walk and what paths we use and which directions do we take, and very often straight down is the way that we go. So it would make sense to try and make this straight down a little bit easier. So last summer Mario was here with his big digger, and we made this nice pathway here so that Crusoe could get down to the lawn really easily. This pathway here runs round back to the Knott's garage, and then Mario also made for us this little path here that goes down to the lawn. But what a lovely piece of lawn. And you know what I especially like about it is that if you remember when we went to Farm Ed a few weeks back, Ian was talking to us about the importance of not having monocultures. And the fact of the matter is, when we sowed this lawn, we knew that there would be weeds popping up left, right and centre, because this used to be a farmer's field and it was a bit of a mess when we began it. I stamped every single step to flatten it down and to make it good, ready for a lawn. But if you look into the grass, we've got clover growing. Isn't that brilliant? We've got a nice long wall here and a nice pathway down to the lawn, another pathway on the other side, and then beyond that is another hill filled with trees that also is part of the property. And then up at the top there just beyond Robinson's Rock. That's the field that Tara was just telling you about, the one that we were debating what to do with. Still, it's pretty unclear, but we'll find out next year, I'm sure.
Good job, bud. What are you doing? So this is my favourite part of the farm, because when we were here last spring, it is the most magical little flower meadow, and perhaps it'll be the place where we start our bee project, which I'm super excited to learn more about and get stuck into. So we've got two terraces here. This first one, it's where the vines seem to be the healthiest, but it also, like, they're still so beautifully shaped. A good place for us to cut our teeth on winemaking. Come on, buddy. They are actually really yummy.
Crusoe, are they good?
Yeah.
So next week, love, I think we got to come down here and harvest what is here, because Joao has brought us a bucket and reckons we can make the last of the summer wine.
So we've got a bit of a job to prop up these supports again and make this terrace look as spectacular as I'm sure it once did before. But we like a project.
We certainly have enough of them. We have had a week, well, I certainly have, of feeling really frustrated by the weather, because we got back and we just want to get stuck in, and I've had to, and because of the water, we've gone to go and stay with a friend nearby.
Thank you, Lida.
Thank you, Lida. Which has given us room for the boys to be kind of away from the building and away and kind of sheltered from the rain. But it's meant that I'm off the farm and unable to help really with any of the projects, and I found that incredibly frustrating, and I had to give myself a bit of a talking to today about the fact that this is a long-term project. This is a lifetime of projects, and it's not all going to get done this week. We've got to kind of take our time. There's so much that we have to take slowly so that we get to know the land, so that we get to know how this farm works, so that we get to know what we want as a family on this farm as our time here unfolds. So to be impatient over 3 days of rain and to get stressed about it seems a bit daft, really. And I think we all could take a little bit of a lesson from that, to just take it easy. Let nature lead, you know. It needs to rain. It was a really dry summer, and if that means that I have to hide in the house with my 2 babies for a couple of days, so be it.
How do they say in Tanzania?
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
What a wonderful phrase. There's loads of songs on this. You guys should really write them down.
That's it.
Wow. So it doesn't look like much at the minute without the flowers, but this, I think, will always be a zone of peace, a zone of wilderness, a zone of wildlife, somewhere we don't touch. And I would love to just get some beehives set up and just let nature do its thing down here. And this is the place where we just say thank you, without sounding too hippie, to Mother Nature for giving us this incredible space to make our own and to feed and nourish our family.
Close my eyes, you're looking back at me, as real as autumn air I take and breathe. Try as you might, but you can't hide from me. I know all the beauty that you keep. Cover my eyes and adhere. Glimpses of you onto every passing mile. I see them in the sun, the earth, the sky. And I won't stop looking for you till I die. Somewhere heaven is on earth.
So here we are.
Huge project going on in this building right here. We're going to talk to you about that next week, so look out for the video. In the meantime, I just wanted to test out my EcoFlow Delta Pro to see how much muscle it's actually got. This tool here is the biggest, most energy sucking tool that I've got on the farm at the moment. Huge power needed to make it work. So here we go. Push that button. Let's have a look. I'd say that's a win.
So there you have it. We are back on the farm and we really hope that you enjoyed looking around with us.
Yeah, it's been a really tough week actually here on the farm. We've had a few things go really rather wrong and some disasters happening, well as smashing into that building behind us.
Exactly. It also has not stopped raining. Look at the state of our driveway. So
Mucky.
it's been a challenging week, but we'll tell you all about that next week. So please make sure, if you haven't already, to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. Turn on notifications by clicking on the little bell. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up. And
we'll see you next week.
Leave us a comment.
Yeah, leave us a comment.
And we'll see you next week. Cheers, folks.
Cheers. Bye.